Before you scroll through the page or take any action, I really need you to watch this video to the end. My name is Ayodele Okiki, and I'll be the one that's supposed to be taking you on this 2 days workshop. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly what you are going to be getting, everything you're going to be getting, everything you're going to be learning in this workshop.
All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're not just talking about building websites. No. We are talking about building websites that actually work. We're going to move past the ones that just look pretty and get into the nitty-gritty of websites that sell. Because, let's be real, a beautiful website that doesn't bring in a single customer, it's just a really expensive digital brochure. So today, we're breaking down the exact blueprint for making websites that get you real, tangible results. Seriously, just think about that for a second, because this question hits on a super common, super deep frustration that so many business owners and aspiring web developers feel. Let me tell you a quick story about a guy we'll call Tunde. Tunde was this amazing consultant, brilliant at what he did, and he knew he needed a sharp website. So he did what anyone would think is the right move. He poured a bunch of money into this slick, modern, absolutely gorgeous website. It had all the bells and whistles, smooth animations, stunning photos, the whole shebang. He hit that launch button feeling so proud, just waiting for the phone to start ringing. But this is what he got. A big, fat 0. A week went by, crickets. A month went by, still nothing. We're talking 0 leads, 0 new clients, and 0 sales. All of that time, all of that money, all that excitement, and it led to absolutely nothing. Sure, he was getting a little traffic, but nobody was doing anything. It felt like a ghost town. And this, right here, is the core problem we're talking about today. A pretty face doesn't mean a profitable business. And that realization just hit Tunde like a ton of bricks. You can imagine that feeling, right? That anxiety that starts to bubble up in your chest. He'd look at this beautiful website he paid for and just get this sinking feeling in his stomach. It wasn't a business asset, it was a liability, just burning through his hosting budget every single month with 0 return. This is what we call the pretty website trap, and it is where so much potential and hard work just fizzles out. So what does somebody do when they get caught in this trap? Well, they usually turn to what seems like the most obvious solution.
Yep, they head straight to YouTube University. And hey, don't get me wrong, YouTube is great for a lot of things. But for building a strategic business website, it is a minefield. You fall down this rabbit hole. You find a tutorial for some cool plugin, but oh wait, the video is 2 years old and now it breaks your entire site. You watch another video on SEO, but it only gives you one tiny piece of a giant 20-piece puzzle. You end up spending weeks, maybe even months, trying to stitch together all this random, fragmented, and often totally outdated info, and you're just more confused than when you started. You're just clicking buttons with no real plan.
And this is where it all clicks into place. This is the heart of it. The real difference between an amateur and a pro isn't about knowing what buttons to push in WordPress. It's about understanding why you're pushing them in the first place. See, a YouTube video might show you the tactic, like install this plugin to make your site faster, but a professional understands the strategy. They know how different types of plugins work, which one is best for your specific server, and how to configure it perfectly to squeeze out every last drop of performance. It's that strategy that turns a bunch of web pages into an actual sales machine.
So how do you get that strategy? How do you develop that pro-level thinking? Well, it's not about some magic trick or secret button. It's about building your skills on a rock-solid foundation. The professional way is all based on a proven step-by-step system, and we call them the 6 pillars of a high-converting website. This is the framework that truly separates the websites that flounder from the ones that fly, and we're about to walk through every single one.
So here they are, the 6 critical areas you absolutely have to nail down. We're going to touch on each of these, because the secret is knowing how they all work together. It all starts with setting up the right environment, then picking the right tools, using those tools the right way, building your message, and finally tracking your success to keep growing. See, each pillar supports the next. So let's kick it off with number 1.
Okay, the absolute biggest mistake beginners make is trying to save a few bucks on cheap, terrible hosting. Here's the insider secret. Bad hosting will cost you hundreds of hours in frustration and debugging down the line. A pro knows that a fast website is non-negotiable. It's the foundation for everything. You have to start with quality hosting, something that's optimized for WordPress. It makes your site faster right out of the gate, which keeps visitors happy and helps you rank on Google. Get this right, and you've already dodged a massive bullet.
Now for the next big trap, the all-in-one theme. You know the ones. You go to a marketplace, you see a theme with 1,000 different demos and features, and you think, wow, this has everything. Wrong. Those themes are almost always bloated with tons of code you'll never use, and it just slows your site down to a crawl.
The pro secret? Use a super light, bare-bones theme and then pair it with a powerful page builder. This approach gives you total design freedom, but without all that performance-killing junk. Speed is everything. Plugins. It is so easy to get what I call pluginitis. You just keep installing one for every little thing you can think of. And before you know it, you've got like 50 active plugins, your site is buggy, it's slow, and things are constantly breaking. The professional way is to be a minimalist. You just need a core 4 system. One great plugin for speed, one for security, one for SEO, and one for backups. That's it. This strategy keeps your site lean, mean, fast, and secure. So many people think you just install a template, click a button, and boom, you have a finished website. That is a huge misconception. The secret that pros know is that a template only gets you about 80% of the way there. The real magic, the part that actually makes you money, happens in that final 20%. This is where you swap out the generic text for powerful persuasive copy. It's where you change the generic Contact Us button to something specific like Schedule Your Free Demo. This is where you make it yours. Anyone can install a template. A pro customizes it to convert.
Honestly, this might be the most important pillar of them all. Most websites are all about we. We were founded in 1998. We are the leading provider of… You know what? Your customer doesn't care. They only care about one thing, their own problems. So instead of a headline that says, "We provide top-tier marketing services," a customer-centric headline would be, "Get more customers from your website." It's a simple switch, but it's a fundamental shift in perspective that changes everything.
And finally, pros know that hitting that launch button isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. Your website is a living, breathing business tool. The secret is to have analytics set up properly from day one so you can track what's working and what's not. You need to know how many people are filling out your contact form, where they're coming from, and what pages they're looking at. This data lets you constantly test, tweak, and improve your site over time, making it an even more powerful engine for your business.
Okay, so mastering those 6 pillars gives you the knowledge, the strategy, but we also want to give you the actual tools and resources to make it happen. That's what we call the value stack. It's not just about teaching you how to do it. It's about giving you what you need to do it. Just imagine starting your very next project with 10 professionally designed premium templates just ready and waiting for you. Think about having a literal blueprint that walks you through how to structure a site that sells. And what if you had a whole community of other pros to bounce ideas off of and get help when you're stuck? These things are shortcuts. They save you hundreds of hours. But there's one thing on this list that is an absolute game changer. Let's talk about this Elementor Pro Access. You see, the pro version of this software is a subscription. You have to pay for it every single year. But we've managed to secure a special lifetime license for our students. Over a developer's career, that subscription fee can easily add up to over $500,000 Naira. This one bonus alone saves you a massive amount of money, year after year after year. It pays for itself hundreds of times over. So when you stack it all up, the value is it's undeniable. You're getting the core training workshop, plus the massive savings on the software you need, the templates to get you started fast, and the strategic guide to make sure you succeed. The real-world value of all of this combined is easily over 600,000 Naira. It's a complete system for success, all in one place. Now, normally a workshop that gives you this level of strategic knowledge would be priced around 25,000 Naira. And honestly, for the results it gets, that's already an amazing deal. But just look at this chart. The price you'll actually pay is that tiny, tiny little sliver. The discount we're talking about here is huge. It's an 80% reduction from that already fair price. This isn't just some little sale. We designed this to completely remove any financial barrier for people who are truly serious about building a real, profitable career with this skill.
And that brings us to the final number. All of that, the entire 6-pillar strategy, the premium templates, the sales blueprint, the community, and that game-changing lifetime access to Elementor Pro, it's all available for just 5,000 Naira. When you put that tiny number next to the 600,000 Naira in total value, the opportunity is just staring you right in the face.
But, and this is the crucial part, this is not an offer that's going to be around forever. This incredible 80% discount is only here for a very limited time. The doors to this program with this offer close next week. That's it. So it creates a very clear decision point. You either jump on this now and invest in your future, or the opportunity is gone.
So that really is the final question you have to ask yourself. Are you going to stay stuck in that pretty website trap, feeling frustrated with no results to show for your work? Or are you ready to learn the professional strategy, get the complete toolkit, and finally start building websites that actually grow businesses? Are you ready to level up?
The choice is all yours.